Hi everyone, it's Debbie from Readings with Debbie. Hope you're doing well. So this is your May business reading. So we're going to have a look at the energy of May and get some guidance, business guidance to help you know what to focus on in May, how to look after yourself best, how to go about your marketing, your self-development, all types of things like that. What's going to happen in terms of money, how to get into a better money mindset, and we're going to get some crystal cards as well. So if you enjoy the video, if it resonates, please don't forget to subscribe, and I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments as well. So first of all, what we're going to do is get started with my deck, the Business Oracle for Female Entrepreneurs. It has 5 different categories: self-development, marketing, self-care, spirituality, and money. So I've tried to cover most areas of business, and the spirituality section is just to teach people more about spiritual tools that can be used in business. The self-care section is the biggest section because it's so easy to burn out being self-employed. So let's get started and see what comes out of my deck to kick this off. So can we get some cards for what to focus on in May, please? So we have got copywriting, abundance mindset, and networking. Okay, so our first card is copywriting. So copywriting in terms of business is also known as writing to sell. And we use copywriting basically in all parts of business, our website, social media, if you write a newsletter, blog, all those types of things. So it's a really good idea to have a general understanding of copywriting, the techniques, how it works, because that's going to help you to persuade people to buy from you. Okay, so it's a really helpful tool to have. I used to be a copywriter, and it's really fascinating because it's all about psychology and what compels people to buy. There's lots of different tips and techniques to use to get good at this. Just think about all the adverts that you see in magazines. A lot of it involves storytelling, which can really speak to somebody who could be your potential ideal client. There are some really great books out there on copywriting. I really recommend the Love-Based Business Copywriting books by Michelle P.W. Andy Maslin also has good copywriting books as well, and I'll put those links in the description. Having a general knowledge of copywriting is going to help you to improve sales. Usually on our website, we might have a sales page if you're trying to sell like a course or something that's a bit more expensive for people. Normally a sales page has lots of reasons why people should buy what you're selling. It can touch upon pain points, things that the potential client is struggling with. There's usually lots of testimonials in there as well. So it's really important to have an understanding of copywriting in your business as well. So May is a month to maybe start reading up on copywriting, get a better general understanding of it. You could also be at the point where you have a website or you do your own social media, and you might decide to work with a copywriter to improve your writing that you put out there to try and attract ideal clients, because it can really make a difference if you hire somebody to maybe help you to write your website, those kind of things as well. So yeah, this is coming up for May. Next, we've got abundance mindset. So if you're watching this video, you're probably into spirituality, and you'll have come across the term abundance mindset, and it's just a massive area. Many of us were brought up with people telling us that money doesn't grow on trees and we have to work really hard for our money. And so much has been written since then about, having an abundance mindset instead of a scarcity or a lack mindset, which a lot of us pick up on from childhood. There's so many books out there written on abundance mindset. There's quite a lot of oracle card decks now, which are really great to help you to switch your mindset on abundance and money. I am going to be using an abundance deck in this reading, which is like an affirmation deck. There's also some other great oracle card decks on money out there, and I'll link them in the description below. There's so many great books on abundance mindset. There's one called Get Rich Lucky Bitch by Denise Duffield Thomas, which is really helpful. Essence and Energy of Money by Eloise Burton. There are just so many books out there, and I'll try and link as many as I can below. But I feel like May, if the first few months of 2025 or the year that you're watching this have been difficult, then it could just be a nudge to improve your abundance mindset, to learn some new skills, some new techniques to help you to be like this lady and to attract all the money in. And often it doesn't need to be difficult. We don't have to work ourselves into the ground to be abundant. Also remember that abundance isn't just money. Abundance can involve health, your time with family, all those kinds of things, free time. So it doesn't necessarily have to be money. So there could be things to work on around that as well. Next, we've got networking. Obviously, a big part of having a business. We can do this online. We can do this in person. It might be in the last few months you maybe haven't done that much and you're starting to feel like you want to start doing it again. This could mean going back to groups that you've been to in the past, finding out more about maybe new groups in your area. Also thinking about which groups are going to resonate with you as well, because if you're like a well-being or spiritual business owner, you might not resonate with the more traditional networking events. So it's probably worth it just to do some research and check that you're going to be going to groups that resonate with you, with the kind of people you want to speak to, that kind of thing as well. This can also be a sign for you to set up your own networking group or networking event in some sense as well. If you can't find what you want in your area, then why not set it up yourself? This can be something really informal, like an evening event where you just go out for dinner. You could do a daytime event with a bit more of a formal itinerary where you have a speaker, that kind of thing. You could have panel discussions. There's lots of different ways to do it, but I feel like May is the month for networking in person, maybe finding online groups if that's easier, if you're at home, to fit that in so you maybe don't have to travel, that kind of thing. But yeah, so we've got quite practical guidance for May with this mindset work as well, which, you know, sometimes the more spiritual guidance comes out, but I think for May, we're looking more at practical aspects of business, which sometimes we need to do. Okay, so next I'm going to get some cards from a deck called Oracle of Delphi. This is kind of like a bit of a life purpose deck, kind of showing you what your skills are, your hidden talents. So we're going to get 2 cards from this deck just to see what comes out. Give us some guidance to help us know if we're on the right track. Okay. We have got Healer. These cards are just so, so lovely. Let's see what else we get. Okay. And we have Wayshower. Very cool as well. Okay, so if you're watching this, if this has come your way for whatever reason, there's a high chance that you are a healer in some sense. You probably have a business which maybe has a spiritual or well-being aspect to it. So it's no surprise to me that the healer card has come out. I feel like you're here with a healing mission to help other people. You could already be well on your way with that and know exactly what it is that you came here to do. Or you could be quite new to all this, or quite new to a healing path. You could have done quite a lot of healing work on yourself and you're here to then put that into practice and help other people to heal. You could be the wounded healer, which is normally the most powerful type of healer you can get, where you've had to overcome lots of different challenges, lots of different blocks, and you've had to do all that so you can help others really powerfully as well. So it hasn't been wasted, everything you've been through, because you're here to help other people. The words on the card are cleanse, grieve, grow, and heal. Your guides are kind of saying well done for committing to your healing path, because this is leading you in the right direction. This is about transcending your suffering. It's also a little bit of nudge to rest in May, like make sure that you are resting well. And when I say rest, I don't mean like doing work at the same time, or maybe reading self-development books where you're still filling your brain with information. This is like a really deep rest that is needed, especially if you are a healer. Basically being in nature or just doing nothing. Could even be watching your favorite TV show, just anything where you're not like filling your brain with loads of information. If we rest as well, the resting can allow healing to take place and prevent any more damage if you have any physical pain going on as well. There's a lot here about accepting yourself, honouring your feelings and allowing yourself to feel them in May. Having good cries if needed. You might be guided to release a lot in May as well. Definitely surrendering so you can start a new chapter. Forgiving people as well. If you've been hurt by people, that's a big part of healing. It's talking about healing pain that changes you. Trauma is often a catalyst for learning and conscious change. These experiences, these breakdowns can be very, very painful, but these breakdowns are often breakthroughs. And that's quite a well-known saying. Your healing journey may reawaken your own healing gifts and guide you to practice healing yourself, which I've already mentioned. A good crystal to support this is clear quartz, which helps with emotional stability and mental clarity. There's also some guidance here to have aura cleansing baths in May as well, just to help you to clear your energy field too. And then we've got the wayshower, who is the usher. Keywords: decide, discern, defend. So I feel like this person is literally showing other people the way. You've got the kind of crystal light there. There's definitely goddess energy here, and there's a lot of darkness on this card, and I feel like you're literally the light in the darkness, showing other people the way out of their pain, potentially, to be that healer. There's a lot in this card about shadow work as well, and it could be in May that new or old things come up to be healed, linking into the healer card. And if that happens, then it's important to do this shadow work so you can do that deep healing, so you can step into that healer role as well. To be the healer, we need to do the healing work ourselves. Could be the energy in May of being at some sort of crossroads, or not kind of knowing exactly which direction to take. And it's important to be okay with not knowing in May. Looking for ways to stay positive, living on your own terms, not necessarily following other people. You're the one that are meant to be showing other people the way. You shining a light wherever it's dark, and your leadership skills, I think, are going to be coming out in May as well. The goddess depicted here is Hecate, the goddess of the crossroads. So it could be that you feel guided to research this goddess more and work with her energy. Hecate's torch represents the sacred fire of transmutation. The violet flame enlightens your spiritual journey. I feel like it's important for you to have boundaries in May about your choices. Your choices may be different to the mainstream, and don't get swayed by other people's opinion of what you should be doing. Also be aware of warning signs and red flags in May as well, which may be pointing you to change direction or do that shadow work that's needed to step into that healer role fully. Next, we're going to get some business astrology cards. Business astrology is becoming much more popular. You can do a chart for your business. It may be based on when your business was started or when you got your first client. You can just use a website called like Astrology for that, and actually create your business birth chart, which can be massively helpful in getting lots of guidance and answers on how to move forward with your business, when to launch things, your hidden talents, all that kind of thing. So we have 5th house curiosity. We have the moon connect, which I'm going to put on the networking card, which makes sense. And then we have trine ease, which is a really nice card. So 5th house curiosity, I feel like May is definitely a good time to get curious about new things, different aspects of business. These cards that have come out in the beginning, maybe learning new skills, going to networking events as well. There's definitely an energy of being less serious in your business in May. Instead being curious, bringing in a more playful energy, allowing creative inspiration to flow, maybe booking into some creative activities just to get you out of your analytical brain, your strategy brain, and into your creativity, depicted in this card by the woman flower arranging. So if you have the chance to go to any creative classes or workshops like sip and paint, crafting, anything like that, I feel like May is a great month to do that, so you can balance your analytical brain with your creative brain. There's also something here about experimenting with new offerings. So I feel like you may get some new ideas of things you could offer in May. And it's a really good time to go with those ideas. This is also talking about a creative retreat as well. So you might need more than just a workshop. You might need maybe to go on a day retreat, a weekend retreat, some sort of day where you get to tap into your creativity, you get to play. So it's longer than just 1 or 2 hours. If you're feeling close to burnout, you might really feel like you need that. As business owners, it's not just all about strategy. We need to schedule in creative and inspirational time. We need to get inspired. We need input from new ideas and new activities as well. So don't neglect that, because it will have a negative effect on your business. If you struggle to find the time, then do you need to schedule creative time to ensure that you give it priority? Put it in your diary. Really make an effort at the beginning of the month to search out ways that you can be creative in the month ahead, and book the ticket and make time for that. It's going to really help you get more creative in your business as well. And it's going to help divine inspiration to flow. So by doing this, you're actually going to get new ideas for things that you could create and put out there yourself as well. Then we've got trine ease, and this card's really beautiful. The figures at the sea, there's the dolphins playing behind, and there's just a real feeling of being in the flow, things feeling easier, which I really like. If things have felt difficult or stuck for you. This card is all about balance, linking into the previous card, which was talking about scheduling creativity. There's a message here around kind of avoiding getting pulled into the hustle, avoiding overworking and working yourself into the ground in May, but being creatively inspired, feeling like you're playing more, tapping into that inner child energy. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed in the past few months, overworking yourself and burning out, you might have found that that doesn't actually bring you much more business. So it could be time to just do the things that help you to feel more in balance and prioritize those in May. And I feel like those two cards together are really hammering that home. You can't uncover the hidden treasure in your business when you are burned out, frustrated, and overwhelmed. Okay. There's also a message here around doing what you naturally love to do. And then if there are things you need to do that you really hate doing, delegating those tasks and getting help with it, it's going to be worth spending the money on that so you feel joyful, like the figure in this card. So definitely lighten the load in May. How can you be more easeful, playful, and spirited, and allow yourself to embrace ease and play in your business as well, which is a really important message. And then we've got the Moon Connect, and I love that it's on the wayshower card. We've got this strong moon energy. They're very similar in terms of the color scheme on the card, and also on the networking card, which is all about connection. So there's a message here around maybe your ability to connect through your business has been restricted recently. The moon in business astrology represents the way your business can connect with its soul clients, partners. It's talking about vulnerability and authenticity as well. So I feel like in May, there could be a need to be more open, vulnerable, and feminine in your business. Maybe seeing where you're getting pulled into the masculine energy of the hustle, and maybe addressing that and seeing if you can lean more into a feminine energy in terms of your message and what you're putting out there. I feel like this links into the copywriting card, which is all about messaging as well. So it could just be that you need to really feel into your vulnerability and authenticity, linking into the healer card as well, sharing what you've been through so people resonate with that. So does showing up and being vulnerable in your business scare you? It could be that you need to work on that. And you could be holding yourself back from creating true connection due to fear of rejection, ridicule, or being cancelled. Okay, so really interesting, linking in with the wayshower card. There was a lot there about shadow work. Yeah, how can you embrace your feminine energy and be more open through your business? Vulnerability will land with your soul clients. So yeah, there's a definite message here about being vulnerable in your messaging. Trying that in May if your messaging over recent months hasn't really been landing, and this could be the thing that really brings in more business for you and really helps you to move forward. Let's get some money affirmations to link into that abundance card that's already come out. So let's get 2 cards from this deck. Okay. I add value every day with my skills, abilities, and uniqueness. First one. Money arrives in planned and unplanned ways. Okay, so the first card, I add value every day with my skills, abilities, and uniqueness. So I feel like, and it's showing a fingerprint here in the image. So I feel like this is just a reminder of just like how much you give potentially in your content with your clients, and just remembering just how much value you give to people, even when business is slow, even if it feels like your message might not be landing, even if it feels like, you know, you're putting stuff out there and not getting a lot back. You are definitely adding value, and your guides want you to know that. And remember that when things get difficult. I feel like there's a bit of a message here around try not to offer too much value. Try not to get out of balance with the energy exchange that's going on. If you're pumping out loads of helpful content, then that could be burning you out. It could be that you've been doing that for a while and people are benefiting from it. So you could create a membership, something where people could sign up and pay monthly to receive the guidance that you give, and then you'll feel rewarded because of what you're putting out there and all the work that's going into that. I feel like what you might be doing could be unique, so it's just really embracing that and maybe using that uniqueness in your message as well. Really getting that across, that what you do is different, it's valuable. Other people aren't offering it as well, so that message is really helpful. And then we've got money arrives in planned and unplanned ways, which I absolutely love, because I think most of us just have expectations about money coming in because of the work we do. And if we think like that, we can often block money coming in to us from unexpected, unplanned sources as well. And it's normally a big part of abundance mindset to try and let go of narrow thinking about the ways that money can come in, because then we could potentially block money that can come in from unexpected places, you know, like a refund. You could be trying to get compensation for something and that could come in all of a sudden. Inheritance. There's so many ways that money can come in. And it's just being open to that and not just expecting it all to come from your business, which I think is a really nice reminder. And is often mentioned in books on abundance mindset as well. So maybe just loosen your grip on how money can come to you as well in May. So let's get some self-care cards. How can we keep ourselves in balance in May? Because I feel like that's a big message of this. Have nourish your temple. And we have journal. Okay, so quite practical guidance here. So nourish your temple. I feel like May is really a month to start really thinking about, you know, your body being in balance, the ways that you can really nourish yourself and avoid getting pulled into that hustle and overwork that we've been talking about. Some easy ways you can do this. We've got nature depicted on the card here. So I feel like being out in nature in May is really going to help you. And obviously the weather's better, so it's easier to do that. Got some kind of energy depictions here. So the spiral at the solar plexus chakra and then the aura kind of waves coming off. So May could be a good time to get some energy healing as well. It's sitting on the healing cards. So if you haven't had like a massage or energy healing in the past few months, go and treat yourself to that, because I feel like you need it after a period of working very hard as well. I feel like this is also talking about the food you eat, because we've got the word nourish. So it might be that you have fallen into some bad habits in terms of your eating and what you're eating. So I feel like this, in terms of the balance message that's come out, is to really try and identify any bad habits around eating. You're maybe not drinking enough water, those kind of things, and really prioritize your body and being good to your body as well, because that's going to massively help you to stay in balance, to help you keep feeling fit and healthy. Maybe cooking more from scratch, eating more fruit and vegetables. Just getting back to basics with that is really going to be helpful. And then we've got journal. So journaling is so helpful, especially if you have a business. You know, there's so much going on. It can get so busy. And journaling is just a really great practice for us to get our thoughts down in paper, what's been going well, what hasn't, other things that are going on in your life. So maybe to prepare for May, you can buy a brand new journal, a nice new pen, and really commit to a practice in May. Try and journal every day, first thing in the morning, last thing at night, whenever feels good for you. There's lots of books out there on journaling right now. The typical one is The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, which is all about helping you get back in touch with your creativity, which is a really nice one to read if you haven't read it yet. And it links into that curiosity card, the creativity card as well. So I really think that this is going to help you stay in balance, to help you stay mentally well as well, because as we've been talking about, it is so easy to burn out. So journaling is great guidance to get. And we're going to finish this with a couple of crystal cards, any crystals that can help us in May. So we have two greeny blue crystals that have come out here. So we have turquoise, peace, tranquility, and patience. And we have green aventurine, which is a really great crystal for business success as well. I usually recommend this to my clients. Okay, so turquoise. So I feel like this is going to be really good to step into more of an energy of peace and tranquility, especially if you've been overworking. There are gifts in the everyday and each moment matters. Small things add up for big things. Having patience. A sacred stone in many Native American traditions and used as a source of healing and connection, linking into the healer card. It helps you to link to your joy and remind you of your own inner magic. And we've got some star signs and some planets there, so it could be that they are connected to your star sign. So yeah, I really like the reminder of patience as well. So it could be that you've been working hard this year and not seeing too many results, but I do feel like things will change soon, especially if you implement this guidance that's come out of this. I feel like it's really going to help. And then we have green aventurine, which is all about prosperity, fortune, and opportunity. Such a great stone to have if you own a business. Really recommend getting some. It's known as the good luck stone or the stone of opportunity. It's very good for attracting abundance, linking into abundance mindset. It helps you with personal growth as well. Helps align situations so opportunities appear. It's stabilizing. It balances male and female energy to bring harmony. Balance is a big message in this reading. It can also be used to attract love, complementing the heart chakra and resolving emotional issues. And it links in particularly with Aries and Mercury. I'm starting to create a crystal pack, a business success crystal pack, and this is definitely going in it, the green aventurine. It's so helpful. Loving that it's mentioning the balance there, but also the abundance part of that crystal and how it attracts it, and also attracting opportunities, which is kind of what we need in business, isn't it? We need the right opportunities to be able to succeed in business. So I really hope you enjoyed this reading. I really hope you can put these steps into practice in May. I feel like it's gonna really help you to move forward. And if you enjoyed the reading, please leave feedback in the comments. It really helps me to know that I'm on the right track with this. And please share with anybody who you feel like might benefit, and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.